What's happening, fellow cartoonist? Welcome to another Cartooning Courses. I'm Nate Fakes. Thank you for hanging out with me today on this gloomy Los Angeles morning. Yeah, I was trying to think of a clever name for it, but that's what it is. The gloomy Los Angeles morning. Seems like I have a lot of these. I record these in the mornings, and for some reason, it's a lot of times gloomy out there, like in the morning here. I don't know why. Anyway, talk about gloomy. Um, it's a good segue into what I want to talk about today was what do you do when you feel like things are just gone to hell and nothing's going right in your cartooning? Like it's just everything's shitty, it's not good. Um, what do you do? How do you handle it? How do you stay positive and get through all this? It's a question I bring up because as a creative like you, I'm sure you've struggled with this in the past and you may be going through it now. And I'm telling you, it's all part of this creative industry or job, or even if you're doing it as for fun or whatever. It's when you're a creative person, you go through this. It's a mixed bag of emotions and doubt and fear, and then bliss also comes out of it, and then all these good things, and all of a sudden you'll sink back down into just this hell zone of hopelessness and my gosh, nothing's ever going to happen for me. So how do you handle it? How do you get through it all? This is just a lot of me talking, kind of what I do. This is going to be different with everybody, but I go through this. Trust me, there's no stage in your career as a cartoonist, at least for me, where I feel like I've quote unquote made it. Like this is it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm living the dream and it's bliss. I'm telling you, I think if I was 99 years old and I've done it all, everything, let's say I had like 10 movies out and I had my own like comic book empire or whatever, I just feel like there'd be more you want to do and this and that. And there's still going to be stuff that doesn't work out. And now I can tell you, where I'm at, I feel good about a lot of what I've done. But there's a lot more I want to do, like a ton more. And I still get those moments of doubt and fear. There's just no comfortable level for me. And I think, again, with any creative, that's probably the case. I even hear, like with acting and all kinds of creative industries, like, you can be in a hit movie, but if you're not in another hit movie, well, your career, you may be, there's some actors around here that drive Ubers and do other things to get by. I mean, it's just normal. It's a normal thing. It doesn't mean they won't get back to doing what they want to do. It's the same thing with cartooning. Like I've always experienced some really highs with it. Some successful like magazine publications and working with Red Bull has been big. Working with cool people, stuff like that. And then you'll have moments of projects that you hate, you don't like, you wanted something and it didn't come together, and the way I get through it all is just, you got to realize no matter how challenging and tough it is, that it really does get better. Throughout my life, I've heard that from, like these motivational speakers and stuff that say, it gets better, trust me. And I'm like, BS. No, it doesn't. Does it? Does it really get better? Does it? Because I've been waiting a while. It does. Things get better. Again, I'm talking about like cartooning. If you have a focus, if you keep working on it, you will hit something. It's funny the way it works too. It may be a totally different direction than you originally had planned. I always mentioned, growing up, I wanted to be a syndicated cartoonist just in the newspapers. That's it. I didn't want to do anything else. No clients, no anything beyond that. And I've ended up doing almost everything but syndication in newspapers. I'm syndicated online, but not in the newspaper. So and I'm happy about that. It's expanded what I've done and what I'm doing now. And there's a lot coming out of this now. And I don't think any of it would have happened if I was just sitting back getting checks from a syndicate. As much great as that sounds, I'm not sure. So we all have these different paths and different directions, and you may find even that you're going to end up doing something totally different than you had planned. But if you have a certain thing in mind with cartooning and you keep going for it and trying it and doing it, putting it out there, doing different things, things can get better. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect. I'm not going to say it's going to be exactly what you want. I'm not going to say what you're doing is going to work out for you even, but something will. And it may take the shape or form of something totally kind of different, but in the same avenue. Or you may just meet a really awesome person because you were doing this, but you and that awesome person end up doing something totally different than cartooning. I mean, who knows? There's no answer to that. It's just what I have found though is if I keep doing what I'm doing, things happen. Things happen. I never thought I'd be doing cartooning for Red Bull. I don't even shh, be real quiet. I don't drink Red Bull. I don't drink it, but I'm doing the cartooning for it. I never thought I'd be doing that. I never thought I'd be. I'm doing something else right now that it's kind of a secret project, so I'm gonna keep hush about that. But it's something. It's a huge dream of mine. I never thought I'd be doing it, and I'm doing that now too. And that came from projects that I didn't have nothing really to do with what I'm doing. Hard to explain, but it was thanks to cartooning. It's thanks to just doing it, putting the stuff out there, and getting the work done. And so I believe that if you just work hard at a certain thing, whatever that is, if it's acting, music, cartooning, whatever, you will get somewhere. Again, I don't know where, but keep at it. And that perspective helps through the difficult times when things aren't working out. I just have to think like, this part of it's not working. Is there a way to fix it? If it's not fixable or maybe it just won't work out, but did I learn something out of it? Did I get something else out of that? Maybe, I've had a lot of failed projects. One time I tried to do a cartoon service for veterinarians. I called it Vet Tunes, and I had like just for veterinarians. Okay, so I set up a website and I had these custom cartoons I was going to do for them. And I thought it was going to be a huge service. I was going to do this like postcard service with them too, where like it was something big, something kind of big. And I spent a lot of money and time and energy into it, and it just nothing came out of it. I just learned quickly veterinarians like to just buy basically kind of cheap postcards, and not calling veterinarians cheap or anything. Trust me, I know a lot of veterinarians. Hi, if you're watching. But no, I mean, they just have kind of a process the way they like to do their marketing, and I was going about it completely wrong, and just long story short, it tanked. But what I learned from that were a few things, like putting together a paid subscription website. I learned how to do postcards that are customized for clients. I learned how to, I found out a way to get to talking to the president of a postcard company. I sent out a custom postcard with them included in the cartoon, just asking for a meeting, and it worked. So there's a quick marketing tip for you. If you want to talk to somebody, do a cartoon for them and send it to them. Like, not email, send them direct mail with a little letter of what you'd like and a thank you, and you'd be surprised. So I learned that too. That was cool. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying though? Like, that was a big failure, but I learned a lot of stuff from it. So, at that time though, it felt like nothing was going right. I was going to use that as my big financial meal ticket basically, and no, not a penny came from it. So, but I just mentioned the other things that did. So you got to take things as they are. I'm another believer of everything happens for a reason. Something isn't working out, there's probably a reason for it, and it's probably for your benefit. Keep that in mind too. But the main thing is just kind of listen, stay positive. I know I'm not going to sit here and feed you like, all happy thoughts all day, because we all go through these moments of doubt and despair, like I mentioned, and it's tough. I go through them, and I just get past them. I spend a few moments with them, just absorbing them all in, and sit there and look at them and be like, okay, guys, enough's enough. Cool. Yeah, this seems to suck right now, but there's a reason for that, and I'm going to try to figure out what that is. And with that kind of mindset, surprisingly, I feel better a lot quicker, and two, a lot of times there is like a lot that comes out of the suckiness. You've heard that, embrace the suck. It's true. Like, just it's shitty for a reason, and if you can take that and run with it, and you look back sometimes and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that didn't happen. So keep some of that stuff in perspective. I know I'm just like chatting, rambling. I picture these videos kind of like talking with you at a coffee table or a bar or something, like sharing a beer. Not the same beer, that'd be kind of gross, but we each have a drink and we're sitting here chatting. So these are like kind of just my thoughts on when you're down and out, feeling like it's hopeless. It's really not. I'm just telling you that right now. It's not. You may find things aren't going to happen for you that you want. It happens to me constantly. I've given you millions of examples in these videos. But other things do happen that are unexpected, which is great. And you'd be surprised just if you. It's just a matter of keeping at it. You put the work in and let the universe, God, whatever you believe in, take care of the rest. You put it out there. What you put out there, though, matters. And you'd be surprised. I think you know a lot of that, too. If you look back at kind of what you've done, you know this. I'm not telling you any big secrets here. But it's true. It's totally true. I have found that out. And at my point now, in my career and life, trust me, I'm not there yet. And I've always said, I don't think there is a there. It's a journey. It's a process. It's a trip. And I don't see like a destination. I just don't. Again, if I was like 99 years old let's say I've done everything, I just think I'd want to do something else too. I just don't think it ever stops. I don't envision like arriving at a place and being like, this is it. I've made it. Because I think even there, you're going to have something else come along. May not even be cartoon related, but a challenge or something. And there's just no arriving. It's a big journey. Enjoy it. Enjoy the hell out of it. And yeah, if you have I'd love to hear like your thoughts on all this. This is, again, all my perspective. I'm no shrink or anything, but I thought it'd be a cool little conversation between you and me. And I'd like to hear your thoughts too. Just leave them in the comments. And I'm good at responding back. So that's really it. That's it. Just a few things to toss your direction as you go through your whole cartooning adventure, as I like to call it. So keep me posted how everything's going. And again, leave some comments. Those are always fun to talk back and forth down in the comment section. So that being said, guys and gals, I'll let you go for now. I hope you have a great day and keep those hopes high. I'm not trying to sound like Anthony Robbins here, but honestly, any of that despair stuff and hopelessness, it goes away if you just kind of, if you notice it, look around, just see what's happening, be like, okay, well, this is happening for a reason, and just keep at it. Don't give up is kind of the message. So, all right, guys, talk to you later.